All right. We are back with yet another episode of Red Hill Racing Podcast. I'm Ben Knight, here once again, joined by your co-host, Mr. 40 Time. What's happening?
Well, I'm probably the only person that can get sick in the middle of damn summer, but here I am, sick somehow. It's weird. Probably the 100-degree body temperature sticking my face under an AC in the trailer this past weekend at SDBA probably wasn't the move, but boy, it felt good while I was doing it.
Could have been. Tiffany and I actually got sick 2 weekends ago, but it was just like call it a 24-hour bug. It wasn't even but like 12 hours. But yeah, we got a little stomach bug or something, threw up for a couple hours, and then that was it.
Yeah, this is just like
same
a cold.
thing, though. I was weirded out. I was like, I don't ever recall getting sick in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, me neither.
It's weird.
And I know I'm sweating enough.
yeah, I know, right? Not safe for work. I think we slid through that one without even dropping any curse words. So good
Maybe.
there. Shout out to our Patron drinkers, our patrons, our subscribers. Appreciate y'all. Keep it coming. Subscribe for $5, as my co-host would say.
Yeah, quantity 5.
Shout out to our sponsors. We love y'all. Y'all are making this program go. You make the wheels turn. Good. Look at that. Didn't even intend to do that pun, but Worldwide Bearings definitely making the wheels spin.
No doubt.
MBS Racing, Penske Racing Shocks, MTC Engineering, Platinum General Services, Schnitz Racing, Manchester Mines, Montgomery Motorsports, Hard Times Parts and Service, Night Marketing Group, Energy Coil, the University of Wynn, and BMF Motorsports. I'm gonna just jump right into it so I don't forget. Y'all are seriously missing out if you are not part of the school. I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life, because
every weekend there's a student that wins something. Sometimes 2 or 3.
We're rolling. So I gotta talk about Dylan for a second. Dylan Clevenstein. He is he's not on Facebook, which is cool. I commend him for that. So we've been shouting him out on school. This young man joined the program. I got to meet him, shake his hand, talk with him a little bit at I think it was the VMP XDA race. Anyways, you talked to him a little bit there. He said he was liking the school, the program. He was glad Dustin and I set it up. I was like, that's cool, man. We appreciate you, spending your time and your money with us. So fast forward a little bit. And he did decent that weekend. I remember we talked some about it, emailed back and forth, had a couple questions. Anyways, about, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, I think it was 4 weeks ago, sometime in July, sends me an email. Hey man, I just went to back-to-back finals at Roxborough Dragway, won them both. I said, do what? And he said, he wrote us a nice email, me and Dustin. He said, I've been racing for basically the last 5 years, and I've never won a race. And I just went to 2 finals, 2 days in a row, won them both. So we were ecstatic, right? So didn't hear anything for about 2 weeks. Dylan emails me, says, hey, because like I said, he doesn't have Facebook. So he's like, hey, I won another race at Roxborough. He's like, actually, I went to both finals again 2 days in a row, but I only, won one of them running up. I was like, dude, you're killing it. I was like, just remember, confidence, that's key. So he's building confidence, right? Damn, if he didn't email me and won at VMP last weekend bracket racing. So Dylan has went to 5 straight finals in as many races and won 4 of them. So anyways,
I'm going to retire, man. He's taking my place. I'm done. He can be 40 time. Shit.
Now look, Dustin and I will never claim that we're some savior saints. All I'm trying to say is that
no, we're just helping good racers already, or maybe shining some light on some knowledge that they wasn't aware of to help them fine-tune their program.
Exactly.
And there's seasoned racers that's getting good information from this. I know there's a lot of people that's just sitting out there going, oh, I know everything there is to know. I want to cuss. Bullshit. You don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because there's things that we've talked about that I've never thought about. And I'm like, dang, it is, that you could do that,
Yeah.
Will I do it? I don't know. Maybe one day I get bored, I'll try it. But there's so much information, and that's what it's about. And we all talk in a community, and we all give our opinions, and then the person can take what they want from it and then go try it.
Yeah. And last week we had our first, so every week we do almost every week we do a Zoom call, Zoom meeting. They're about an
Yeah,
hour.
I'm not at all of them, guys. I'm just saying.
But no, Dustin, he's busy man. Sometimes he's able to join us, sometimes not. But if nothing else, Dustin almost always goes back and listens, and then he'll send messages, respond in our private forum. He does a good job with that. But
I do.
last week we had our first guest speaker on, so we're starting to get some guests lined up. And Ed Grothis joined us, Grothis Drag Bikes, and that was super cool. Shed a lot of good information, especially for the wheelie bar guys. I learned a ton because I'm a little wheelie bar ignorant. I've owned one bike from Marion FBR shop, and I've ridden a few here and there, but
so once again, here you are, a seasoned racer, and we had a bar bike, I guess you'd say like goat or influencer, in the Zoom call, and now you're racing 460, and you possibly learn things that you could put toward what you're doing in 460.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
100%. That's exactly what I was thinking, man. Because I was like, I try to be helpful to Mac and Derek and the whole crew, but I just don't have that knowledge. But I'm telling you, the things I even just learned on 45 minutes that Ed was able to spare for us last week, dude, I learned a lot, and now
Man,
I feel like I'll be able to apply it.
Them guys are, to be honest, like the opposite of DME. You know what I mean? They're the DME of bar bikes, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they do, and that's all they do, and they are the best at it, realistically.
And they're so nice. Ed
and they're active
Bradley
in the sport
Bronson,
still.
They're such a nice family, though, and Ed's so humble. I mean, like, he was, he claims he's not an expert. I'm like, dude, you're definitely an expert. So, anyways, I don't want to go too far off on the tangent, but hey, it's Dustin and I's podcast, so we're gonna do some self promotion.
We're gonna do what we want to do.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you think you don't need the school, then you probably really need it. If you're on the fence, just ask us some questions. Ask us
what you just said though is one of the key things. Like, if you think you don't need something, then you're not open minded. So you're not willing to even learn anything new. It's kind of like me. Like, I'm not interested in building a ZX14 motor. I've never done it. Right? Do I want to? No, I don't. That's why I don't do it. But if you don't want to learn more things about drag racing, then you're never going to be better. If I wanted to start building engines, then I should dive into a ZX14 motor. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, if you're on the fence or have any questions, feel free to reach out. I mean, we're straight shooters. We're going to tell you what you can expect, what's in the program, and love to answer your questions. So, anyways, I was doing some family stuff this past weekend. I will say this on air. Air.
Are you about to say what I'm thinking you're going to say?
I don't know, but I changed the oil on the blower bike.
Oh, that ain't what I was thinking.
Man, I finally did a little bit of maintenance. I changed the oil on the blower bike. Shout out to my main man, Eric, DAS Performance. That baby was clean as a whistle, and it was overdue. So I did a little bit of maintenance, buddy.
Well, since we're talking about maintenance, I yanked my filters off my two blue girls last night, and they were good to go. I padded them on the tank, fired them up, let them run for a second, make sure there ain't no leaks, and said, y'all ready for VMP? And I looked at the trunchable. I said, I'm done, and I ain't even touched it yet. I may or may not. I need to take some nighttime medicine and just try to rest, but I might go out there and yank the filter off that thing just to know that it's okay, which it should be. But, they all got the crap run out of them this weekend, and they done good, so.
Yeah, so do you want to start talking some SDBA, do a little recap? So let's start out with the shootouts.
First of all, before that, I got something.
Go for it.
I get there like Thursday night at I don't know, 2 a.m, or whatever. And Wes was still up, and we bull crap for a minute, and then we went to bed. Actually, his generator died, and we had to hook him up to the big Harvey 9500 and run his rig and my rig, and the next morning they went and got a new one. But anyway, if you're a Harbor Freight consumer, they have a new 5,000 watt inverter generator for y'all that's got them big blocks that get on our nerves at the racetrack.
Oh, really?
You don't have to. Yeah, they have a new 5,000 instead of the 3,500. or the 95, they have a new 5000 that has bigger wheels than the 3500. It's super. It looks a lot like the 95, just a little like smaller, you know. If you have a big block, your neighbor at the racetrack would appreciate you to have one of those. And they're $1,000. That's what they cost. They're like $999.
Seriously?
Yeah. The 3500 is like $100 or $200 cheaper. But why wouldn't you just buy the other one? That's what I would do. And that ain't even using the coupon. You know, you can probably get a coupon, get a better deal. But anyway, we get up Friday morning, and of course, I was on the laptop working, trying to get some stuff done. And then my buddy Mike Hansen, he had come to the track, and before I got there Thursday, they had pulled his blown up motor out of his ZX14. And by the time I went to his trailer to help, he had already had the good motor, one of the lower motor mount bolts in it, and it was just laying there against the tire, putting plugs in it and stuff, getting it ready to put it in the hole. So something pretty cool was me, Wes, my brother kind of was there on Thursday night. He come over a few times Friday. A few others kind of come by. Sonny Vic. We put new plugs in it and stuff, but we all come together and stuck his motor up in his 14 and slapped the pipe on it. He went to lunch and he went to eat lunch and I went back and worked a little bit. And then when he got back, I went back over there and we finished it up and hit the start button. And it was amazing to see him smiling and happy. Cause you know, you buy a used motor that's supposed to be good. You don't know, you know what I mean? And,
Right.
His face lit up and it was cool because we all kind of just helped him out getting it going. And actually, his first pass, I think it was like one of the fastest passes it ever made, and then it kind of settled down to about where it used to be. But that was cool. I thought that, you know, all the racers. I mean, Wes had to race him first round in the shootout, and he was still there helping him put his motor in. You know what I mean? So we all come together and help Mike get his stuff right. And speaking of that, Mike ordered some parts from me, and he gave me a little extra to go toward the podcast. So I need to make sure. Yeah, I need to make sure I emails you or tell you what that was so we can put it on file. But anyway, that was probably one of the coolest things of the weekend, in my opinion. Just all of us kind of going together and getting him ready to go racing, because he had told me, like, you know, he went to St. Louis to that bike race they had, and it spun a bearing, and he's like, man, I feel like my dog died, you know. And I'm like, well, that, you know, it does. You get attached to these motorcycles. And when it fired up, I was like, your dog's back, you know. And he was just ear to ear smile, and it was just cool, you know. Got him all straightened out, and he got to race the whole weekend. It done great, you know. I do believe that the other motor spun a bearing because it didn't have the oil pump cover on it. It was just stock, you know, just bone stock, everything. But we put one on. Actually, the motor he bought already had it, and then I actually shipped him one to put on it if it didn't. But anyway, he's got his race bike back together, his 14, his little bracket baby, his money maker as he calls it, and he can race until the season's over and then get his other motor fixed and have a spare. And awesome. Then we started shootouts. I run the box and the Top Gas Top Gun shootout. Couldn't run all three. Sonny is restricting us from running all the shootouts, so I couldn't run no box. So I chose to, you know, do the flash the tree type racing, like, you know, top bulb and then pro tree is as soon as you see something come off a button, you know. So I figured it'd be easier. The bikes are two different bikes either way, but it was just in my mind easier to come off of a button the same in each race, basically. So we got to going in that, and we got down to no box, got down to the final, and they flipped a coin. They split the money and flipped a coin for the winner. And my brother won that over Jason Darncht. And it was me and Jordan Weiss in the finals of box. Top Gas got down to 4 before the track had to shut us down because their workers had to go to another job. I don't know. We had to stop early. And it was like 11 o'clock or 10:30 or something. And so we had a plan to finish the Top Gun shootout, the Top Gas Top Gun shootout, in qualifying of Saturday stuff. Okay. And then knock out the Pro ET deal first thing that morning, and then we could come back and Grudge and get us a time run if we wanted it. And things changed. We woke up Saturday, and I'm unloading the truck, getting all the bikes out. Actually, damn near getting ready to put my leathers on, and it started raining. And Tamara went and got some ice for the cooler and stuff, and she come back, said it's pouring, and then it started pouring. And we probably got an hour and a half or so track drying delay, maybe 2 hours, and then we had to change the plan. So we eliminated one of the qualifiers for the index classes. Instead of having first or second round buyback, we just had first in the ET stuff, which all was logical, right? Because we could have had more rain. We wasn't sure what was going to happen later, so trim the fat type deal. And so the top gas thing, we went ahead and run the semis in the one qualifier we got, and I was lucky enough to win that. So I was in the final, and I had to race a Mr. Wheeler. I know you know who Courtney is, right? Wheeler.
Oh, yeah.
The highlight to me of Mr. Wheeler is he's run 460 on a small tire GS, which I think is the most gangster thing ever.
100%, totally badass.
Yeah, the pink bike. The bike's beautiful too, and he always just told me, new tire every time you race it, and it would leave soft and then roll the coals to it up on the big end, and it was just gangster. And I raced Jordan before we were in the front of the Pro ET line. And Jordan was 00 red on me, and I took my solo, so I didn't even do the time run during Grudge because I just went out the back door. There was no reason for it. And
so you won the Pro ET shootout?
Yeah, the box shootout, and then at this point, I'm in the finals of the Top Gas shootout. So then we continue on. I got the Trunchable in street, the Trunchable in 6.0, but our 6.0 qualifier, my brother got to drinking at Etheridge, and his ego got pumped up, and he called me out each qualifier for $100 a pop in 6.0, which was a good choice for him because I had at the time 6 passes in 6.0 ever. The bike's new, whatever. But quick thing about that is I had a plan to really rattle his cage, but I didn't do it because I was just so hot and didn't even care. But I thought of something when I was rolling to the water box that I guess you would say a strategy. Yeah. And that's a University of Win thing, though. I'm not going to say it here. Sorry, guys. But we'll talk about that probably tomorrow. But man, it was like it run through my head. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is what's going to go down, and it is exactly the way it played out. Anyway, they didn't set the timing system up as a race, and Sonny told us before that, and I'm like, cool, So when you cross the finish line, if your win light's on, it don't mean you won. You could have went under the index more and lost. So anyway, I went like a 98 at 110 or, whatever, sliding the tire across the finish line, and Dingleberry over there went like a 96 and got me a free 100, and I guess he wants to do it again at Etheridge. I'm like, it's your money. Now I'm betting with yours, so you can do whatever you want. That was entertainment, But man, really, that bike, the Trunchable, is just too fast right now. I got to figure a way to slow it down for 6.0. I don't have a Holly on it to pull some timing or whatever. So I'm gonna have to just take some gear off of it because I'm already short shifting it. But anyway, to the Saturday racing, let's see, first round of Pro ET, I had to buy back. What happened in that? I got beat. I was 020 something, and he was like 00, I think, and it just got me, So
you have that.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm wrong. That was that pass. I was 001 red, dead on the 6. So yeah. So Tamara went and bought me back. It's hard to remember all this, guys. I was in 5 classes, so it's like a blur. And actually, I had to finish shootouts the same day, so you could call it 7, I guess. But Street ET, man, I was riding the Trunchable in that, just cruising. That motorcycle, I don't know what it is. It's amazing. It went 589 the first time run, and it pretty much lived there until it got in the later rounds, and we were hot lapping pretty good, and I knew that it would pick up a little bit each pass. But there was 3 runs there that it went 587 with a 0 in a row. like 3 runs. And I just thought, man, like, this thing is just amazing. Like maybe I'm staging, everything's perfect, And I get down to the top gas shootout deal. We had never decided when we were going to do that. Like I figured maybe me and Courtney would meet like in the regular race and just call it like 2 and for 1, you know what I mean? And just call it the same. But he had broke his bike, I want to say first round of the qualifier or something. And he just come by. We already split, right? So it didn't matter. And he just said, hey, man, I'm done. So I just basically got a break the beams type deal for that win, which was kind of boring. But, a win's a win, I guess. So that finished off that I won the top gas shootout and the box shootout, which was only 2 shootouts I could race. So I thought that was pretty cool. Getting 2 shootouts, win them both. I'll take it. And then we carried on the Saturday program, and I found myself in the semis of 6.0, the semis of Top Gas, and still, I think it was the quarters of Street and Pro ET. And in the quarters of Pro ET, I was a dummy. The track hadn't been really touched up, and I knew it, but I kept sticking the slower bike and the bracket bike in the groove. And it rotated the tire and then hooked and yanked the tire out of the beams. And I was 018 red, and that was a wrap. And I know it yanked the tire out of the beams because it lost 400ths of ET. So I parked it, called it the day on that one. I think there was 8 of us left in that round. And then in 6.0, I had to race Spooky. I was pretty fired up.
Markham.
I was pretty fired up because if I won that round, the gloat was in the other half of the ladder, and I might have got paired up with, Jeremy Who in the finals. And I was like, man,
I was like, I didn't know who you're
Jeremy Teasley's the goat, and, Jeremy England is the gloat, But anyway, I was like, man, if I can get this round in and meet that, that dude in the final, I'm gonna crack a whip right here. It's gonna be a good time. And John Markham had different plans. He was 25 total on me, and I was 30 something on the tree. So it was game over for the Trunchbull. She was done at 6.0.
Spooky's hard to beat, but he's been pretty dialed in 6.0, it seems like.
Yeah, the world child bike that he rides in that class, he's just, he races it at 6.0 the whole week. Like it runs Pro ET. Like if he runs it in Pro ET, he runs that bike at 6.0. That's what it runs. And he strapped one on me, got it done. Funny thing about the Trunchbull is one pass, it's got a Brock's tie winder on it, and they have 2 O2 sensor bunks, right? So you can have dual banks because it's got a 2-into-1 and then a 2-into-1 and then a 2-into-1 to the megaphone collector. Right, I was doing a burnout. Everything's cool. That bike's so fun to do burnouts on. And I come out of the burnout box, and all of a sudden it sounded funny. I'm like, oh no, I just blowed it up. This was like in Street ET. And I ripped it up, and I'm like, it sounds weird, but it don't sound bad. And I'm like, I'm sending it. And the guy went red, and it went like 589 off of 89. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with this thing. I get back, and Timmer's like, what's it sound funny for? I said, well, it's got to be exhaust leak. Well, sure enough, one of them bungs just disappeared. And we go up the starting line to find it. I was like, it's got between the burnout box and the tree. We find it. Well, I never messed with it. I bought the pipe used, but it had like a pipe fitting in it, and it wasn't the right size, and it would not screw back in it. So I'm like, well, that's junk. So I left it open. I left the bung out the rest of the race, and the old girl was just pitter-pattering like a tractor. It run great down the racetrack, but it sounded terrible idling and stuff. But I got to fix that too. Anyway, and then it repeats itself, cooled off. I put it on the 87 one round. It was just 87, 87, 87. And I go to the finals of Super Comp in 6.0. I go up for Super Comp. I had to race Terry Hoke. Terry's bike pulled him through the beams when the tree was falling. I was dead late because I seen him out of my side vision go through the beams, and the tree flashed, and I was dead late. But I cruised her down through there and went a 61 for the win in that. Come back for the finals in Street. I had a bye the round before in Street. I really went after the tree because I was, it was a bye. The round before the bye was 004, which I shouldn't even went after the tree, but I did. And I was 5 red. I'm like, cool, 005 red. Ain't going to change much. We're close. And I didn't run the right lane. Jordan won the right, so I went left, and I let the lever go, and I was 001 red,
Oh,
and
man.
I had it on a 586, and it went 585 with an 8 out the back door. So my weekend was 3 wins, a runner up, and 2 semis, and I ain't mad about it. That was a pretty good damn day of racing.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be upset with that either.
Quick thing in Top Gas and the semis of the regular race, I didn't mention that. I raced Rashad Rowe, my homies from NHTRO, and man, we had one of the coolest races. I think I was 038, he was 032. I went 510 with a 0, and he was 510 with a something. Like it was 2,000.
6, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2,000 at the stripe. The bad thing is when I come off the button, the bike I call it roll the tire. Like it almost spun, but it didn't. So as soon as when I hit second, I just bumped the override button and got beside him. I'm like, all right, I hope that's enough to make up for that. And I just trusted it. And we were side by side, and I was creeping him. He had like 5 mile an hour less than me. And right at the stripe, I rolled out and basically matched his mile per hour. And he crossed 2,000 before me, but I was dead zero. I was ineligible. I could not. I had to break out to cross first. So that was a cool race. And then in the final, him and Evan Stevens raced in the Top Gas final, and they were both 0-1. Evan broke out 6,000 more than him. Like every race that Rashad had was just gangsters, And
I remember seeing the tickets and stuff, and when I was talking with you, or was I talking with you? Yeah.
I sent you pictures.
Yeah, and we were going back and forth. I was like, "Holy cow!" I was like, "Y'all are I'll put it like this." And Sonny probably listened. Like, yeah, man, I was hyped up. I did want to come. It just I had to make decisions, obviously. And I got super jazzed up. Don't get me wrong. You almost had me hooked, but I said, you know what? I said if I drive all the way out to Louisville, because I'm excited about this Top Gas, Top Gun shootout. I was like, I'm probably gonna get my teeth knocked in by these Pro Tree Top Gas racers, so maybe I should just stay in my lane. And then I see these tickets, like 510 dead on, and like just multiple passes of like not even like one person laying down, like side by side laid down passes of just like I would have never got in on those. So I'm like, man, I'm glad I kept my ass at home.
We only had like 15 or something Top Gas bikes on Saturday, but it was quality, not quantity. You know what I mean? Like everybody that was in there was gangsters, and I mean the Wagners was there. It was awesome to see Ken Swartz there. Got the Reasonable Doubt turbo old school GS out there. I had to race him one round, and he just now put a standalone on it, and it's working great, and he's fired up and happy with that.
Ken Swartz he put a standalone on that thing.
Yeah, they put a max on it, man, and I think Rudy maybe helped him. I know Ryan had something to do with it, maybe wiring it, and then Rudy, I don't know.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. And I love Ken. I've known Ken for a long time, and you have too. And it was just good to see. I call that the Wagner crew. Ken's part of that deal, and it was good to see them all. And we had fun. But yeah, there was damn near matching races, and it was cool. And Rashad's bike was just dead on. I mean, he had it dialed. For the most part. And I knew he was a little fast because me and him kind of both rolled out when we went dead on. And I was like, well, in my situation, I just didn't have a good enough light to, make it happen. And I give it all I had, and I was dead zero with a 1 or a 2 or something. So it was like perfect, but I am proud of myself on the tuning. So I looked at the weather when I unloaded the bike. Wes actually came up and said, what tune-up are you going to leave in? I said, I'm going to leave the one that's in there. I said, but it's probably going to go like a 515. And it went a 516 with a 2. I'm like, cool, close to what I thought it was going to do. And he was like, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to turn it up 15% at the hit. He goes, that's a lot. I'm like, no, I mean, it needs it. I need, 600s, And I turned it up, and it went a 511 with a 0. I said, well, we're good to go. Like, I can live right there. I got to override if I need it. Let's party. And so the tuner in me done a good job. When it got later rounds, I had to adjust some stuff to calm it down because the air got better, of course. But in the heat, I nailed it right off the rip testing Friday, so I didn't have to do a bunch to it. Kind of thought about leaving that tune-up in it for Virginia. just to see. I mean, it was having 126, 60 foots, kind of not top bulb off deep stage, but middle of the road. So that's probably a 23 or so. Pretty angry little deal there. It's fun. Bike feels slow to me now. I'm going to have to build something faster, I guess. But either way, it was a great time. Man, it was super duper hot. People that know me know that, I don't eat much during the day when I'm racing because it's just too hot. When if it's cool weather, I'll probably eat, but when it's hot, I'm not interested in food. So I drank water. Tamara gave me a half a popsicle once, and then I started having cramps, and I literally eat a whole small jar of hamburger dill pickles. A whole small jar from about 3 o'clock till when we were just hanging out in the pits after the race was over. I finished them off, and I was still having leg cramps. I probably drunk 15 bottles of water or more, peed one time all day. Like, I was just sweating it all out. Yeah, but it was hot. There was actually one racer. I'm not even sure who it was. They never said, but he was okay, but he got too hot, and he was in the shutdown down there and tossed over in the grass, and they had to go check him out, make sure he was all right.
Dang.
But yeah, he was just pulled off the track, and just, was walking around and just went out. It was hot, and that's something that we all need to try to do. We don't think, I need to drink plenty of water while I'm racing. You need to drink plenty of water the week of the race, the whole week. Yeah. Like, I try to do that. Like, I force myself to drink extra water the week of a hot race because I know that I need to have it, and especially like the Maryland Bike Fest race and any Virginia race, I'm water gaming ahead of time, I guess you'd say. And for anybody listening, if you race in the heat, you need to try to do that and maybe take some vitamins, keep you from cramping up and all that stuff. Because there ain't nothing worse to turn off a track, you get a leg cramp and you're trying to ride back the trailer and you got a hammy tighten up on you or whatever. But it was a good weekend. Sonny made good judgment calls to if we got rain, to dodge it. A lot of fun, a lot of laughter. Everybody seemed like they had a good time. We got to help Mike get his stuff ready to race, before the race even started. Had a lot of people come get parts. I appreciate y'all if you're listeners. One highlight for me is somehow in the drivers' meeting, JT captured me and Harper, just being me and Harper. I'm picking on her. Those pictures was freaking awesome, dude. Like, it just memories that it ain't like just a regular racetrack where you got a picture of your bike going in the racetrack. You got pictures of me and my kid just goofing off on the scooter at the drivers' meeting. That was really cool. And, of course, I saved all those. But I think that's it. I think that's about all I got for the SDBA recap, I think.
So you won the box shootout, the Top Gun, Top Gas shootout, and then Supercom?
Yes. And then runnered up in street, and then a semi in 6.0 and Top Gas on Saturday.
Gosh almighty. All right. Well, let's get to some other winners since you did.
My brother won the no box deal on the coin toss. Yep. John Markham won 6.0.
Yeah, I got it. But let's take a minute for that. We got to talk about that for sure, right? Because wasn't Jimmy riding Ronnie Jr.'s bike?
Yeah. So this is, well, actually, there's a couple things to talk about that. So Jimmy Moontain come down, and Ronnie Woodall, he's starting this cancer treatment, and actually started it Monday. So he wasn't going to race, but he had Jimmy Moontain ride his bike. And Jimmy stuck the bike in the semis of Pro ET and the finals of 6.0 and never rode it before until this weekend. I think that is simply amazing. Yeah. And in the final of 6.0, he forgot to put the box back to Pro Tree. Like, it wasn't like he got beat, you know what I mean? Like he beat himself, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, because I know Ronnie can tune that bike to run 6.0 because he kicks tail in that class. So, but it was very cool. I really am upset that I missed the group photo of it. I went up for the winter circle deal, but I think they had done it and left because me and Tamara was trying to load up stuff before we went up there, and I was getting my leathers and stuff off. But it was very cool to see a lot of the common racers there in the photo because in the situation that was like a win. You know what I mean? To go up there and go to the semi and the final of the two classes that the bike was in. And Jimmy never rode it before, and he got his groove as he raced. It was really, really cool. And man, to be honest, Jimmy rode that thing just like Ronnie does. Like, I mean, burnout, little dry hop, put it in the beams, go for it. And it was cool. And we all done a little raffle deal for Ronnie. I didn't win the raffle. I honestly don't know who won the raffle, but I was hoping I won because I was just going to tell him to go get all the money. He could have it all because I just want to help him out. And I know damn well that if the same thing was happening to me, they would all do the same thing. So I don't know who won. I'm sure that they probably did the same thing because that's how motorcycle drag racers are.
I read something somewhere that like people were buying tickets and just taking them and throwing them in Ronnie's trailer.
Yeah. I didn't have time to do that because I didn't buy my tickets until last minute, of course, and I had them on the counter in my trailer. And I literally was sitting down and eating because I hadn't eaten all day in the RV when they started. Sunny went live, and when they said the number, I memorized it. Run out to the trailer, and it was not the number. I'm like, dang! I just like they're actually still on the counter in my trailer right now, actually. But
no, that's super cool. Definitely.
There was a lot of tickets sold, and they had a deal where you could get like 30 tickets for $100. That's what I did. That just in my opinion, that's like an arm's length, like they did for the Delos deal at XDA, and just trying to, help him out. He's positive, so I think he'll be good. So if y'all
if you're
into praying, just shout some prayers out for Ronnie Woodall Jr. They have a plan. We talked a little bit about it, gave him a hug, told him I loved him. If he needed anything to holler at me or just talk or whatever. If he wanted the Hillbilly to talk him off of, get his mind off of that stuff onto something else, I'm sure we could gossip about something. But yeah, that was very cool. And then, John 160 because they raced in the final. And then Pro ET, this is a good one.
Yeah, I got it.
It was David Young racing Grady Powell. Now,
I didn't know
Grady Gravy, here local, Knoxville, we raced together. Bottom bulbing using a two-step on a Busa. Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, after seeing the tickets, I'm not surprised.
I was racing Grady when mine yanked the tire out of the beams. And he was, I can't remember what his lot was, but, he went on from beating me to go to the final, which was 2 rounds later. And he had it. He was 0-0 on the tree and just took too much stripe and broke out. It was his race to win, and he just misjudged the finish line. And Grady's, probably got a couple of years of racing under his belt. Still, he was in Colorado. And if anybody knows anything about Colorado, there's not like a big racing up there for motorcycles. So you just kind of had to.
Scene.
And you're also at 5,000 foot elevation. So if your bike runs 590 here, it's going to go 650 up there or something. So, but he did stick it in the final, and David Young ended up winning that. And then we have, you might have to look those other ones up. The 57 Motorsports True Street ET, which is OEM style clutch Street ET. Mm-hmm. And then there's the Proving Grounds.
Well, here, I got them pulled up. We'll just go through.
Yeah, you can hit those because I can't remember who it was.
Although I will say, Sonny, you need to do a little post. Need to do a Brian Welch. Make a little spreadsheet post and just throw it in a template. In fact, I might do that for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Mr. Excel is going to hook you up.
Mr. Spreadsheet himself. Darnell might even do that shit for you. You never know, my man. Be all jacked up.
Hey, Darnell builds websites sometimes.
Don't be telling people that. Oh gosh, we're gonna get in trouble in here. Schnitz Racing Top Gas. This man's been on fire. Mr. Rowe, back to back from NHCRO the weekend before is what I'm showing.
Yep.
They won Top Gas.
Yeah, he raced Evan when a barn burner race.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we already talked about that barn burner. Then we had the Schnitz Racing Proving Grounds. Looks like it says Brandon, so congrats to Brandon. I don't know if you know his last name.
Man, I think it's a younger gentleman on like a
Yeah, it looks like a
GSXR or a ZX10
it's
or
a
a 600.
636. Yeah.
Okay, it was a so they look like a 610. So that's where I got that from. I
Yep.
remember seeing it in the winter circle,
Yep.
and so that class is one of my favorite classes because it's free to race. You win a trophy, and you come and you just race and you learn. And if you love this stuff, then you can grow and move on to other classes. It's to be
And
honest,
that's how a beginner's class should be.
when Tamara starts racing a motorcycle, that's where she's going. Like that is going to be where she starts. And if she excels right away, then she's going to Street ET, and that's just how it is. And she knows that. If I can ever get her to start riding a dirt bike, because I'm tired of going 580 or 90s on her slow motorcycle, but it is a really good hot rod. So yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Damn
So
it.
congrats to Brandon. That's a cool class. Schnitz sponsoring that in Top Gas and help
V
out the
Twin was a
series.
guy on a Ducati. I raced him in
Really?
Street ET. I'm pretty sure
I don't
it
see that
was.
posted anywhere, so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, there was the guy in V Twin was. I'm pretty sure because he raced this guy named Ronnie. That was. He's got a bar bike Sportster, and I seen him go down the racetrack, and I seen the red Ducati win, and I raced that same guy in Street ET on the Duke that was racing the Ducati like one round, and I thought that was pretty cool because it was legit like a damn street bike that you could ride to the store. Like it wasn't. They didn't have air shifter or nothing. I don't think, but
That is pretty cool.
and I don't know about the True Street.
Let's see here. So it looks like we got Jordan Weiss. He won Street ET.
Yeah, busted me. 001 red on him.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess you kind of already talked about that. And then let's see here. Hold on, pulling it up. All right, going back up, and then it looks like we had Alfonso Thompson won the True Street 57 Motorsports True Street, which you said was what a Street ET, but with a hand clutch.
Yeah, you got to have an OEM clutch. You can't have a Gen 2 or a Hayes or Rock Solid or anything like that. Todd Horton is the one that won Dave's Auto Body V Twin. Okay. He's on a red Ducati.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't posted up in there, but I think that's
if you go to the photos, you'll see it. Yeah, you got Todd, then you got the True Street ET was Alfonso on the Gen 2 Busa, which looks to be stock wheelbase. Then John, who got 6.0. Then myself that got 5 Super Comp. And then we had Rashad that got Top Gas. Jordan that got Street ET. David Young that got Pro ET. And then my brother won no box. I won box. I won Top Gas Shootout. And Brandon won the Proving Ground that you mentioned. And then I think that's it. Yeah, rest of them are runner-ups. So that's pretty cool. We went over a whole weekend's worth of excitement. Are we going to give some stuff away tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna give some stuff away. Sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to see. I was looking at something else. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna give some stuff away. You are taking the weekend off to hang out, catch up on mowing.
Mow-mageddon, man. That's all I do summertime. I'm ready for winter. I'm tired of this stuff, man.
I am. If work doesn't hold me up, then I think I'm gonna hold true to my word and go down and see Mr. Hollywood Broderick Jackson.
Oh yeah, you got to. You made a promises.
I know. So my plan is to head down
work your
to
ass off. Get work done.
Well, no, I meant for the communications business. We might have to do some last minute Friday stuff, which is not normal for me, but or the business. So, anyways, my plan is to go with Uncle Walt. By the way, cool stuff happened with Uncle Walt. If you know,
hey
you
man,
know.
Are we going to talk about this?
What, Uncle Walt? Uncle Walt's World?
Yes,
it's coming, y'all. Get ready. Y'all for those that know Uncle Walt, then you know. Uncle Walt's World is coming. It's coming to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I mean, we're going to have a comedy for you every week.
Bro, if y'all don't know Walt, Like,
You about to know him.
literally, we could just strap one of them fishing GoPros on his chest and probably make a whole movie out of it. Like, it's a no brainer, and Darnell thought of this, believe it or not.
Yeah. Darnell came up with this
Darnell
idea.
called me and was like, I got an idea. And I'm like, that's a good idea. Like, good job, Darnell. Like, I mean, I can see this working. Because here's the thing. All y'all that know Uncle Walt love Uncle Walt.
Yeah.
The thing is people that don't know Uncle Walt is going to love Uncle Walt. Yeah. And
so what we're talking about basically is Darnell had this good idea that we're just gonna showcase Uncle Walt to the world via YouTube, social media, Facebook. So y'all be on the lookout. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
Uncle Walt's World, his own channel, his own forum.
Yeah. It's going to be ridiculous.
I was laughing my ass off last night. I went out to the fairgrounds to watch him race his go-karts on dirt. Holy
I think he drove through the hay bales more than he did the racetrack.
He fucking nailed every hay bale. Every fucking hay bale. He had so much hay in his go-kart, like he probably gained at least 30 pounds of hay.
Hard Times needs to sponsor Uncle Walt a microphone inside his helmet and a GoPro. We got to get this set up. If you're going to do this, we're going to do it right. Like I want to hear the noises he makes going around this racetrack, because I know there's going to be times, man, I could hear it now. Like he's probably laughing.
He was fired up.
So I really think that that's a big piece that we got to cover when you are doing that, you know. And even they make little fuzzy mics that's Bluetooth that you can clip on a shirt when, you know, the other stuff in Walt's World. And it's going to be, I mean, there's going to be, you know,
this is going to be,
it might be rated R sometimes.
This is going to be gold platinum entertainment, y'all. And like I said, if you know Uncle Walt, then just y'all should be excited because it's going to be hilarious.
This is the thing. Like, you know how Cletus McFarland acts silly just to be, you know, Cletus McFarland? Like he turns on his YouTuber person. Uncle Walt don't have to turn shit on. Like, it is on all the time. Like, it don't have to be turned on. Like, it is.
He ain't got an on and off switch. He's always on.
Man. Like, it's just who he is. Like, I mean, one time that we was at a rainstorm at Maryland or Virginia, and y'all were holding the tent down, and you hollered, "Is that all you got?" Then he started saying, "Oh, don't do that." Like, that would be quality coverage right there. You know what I mean? Like, that's the content we need.
Way better. It's so much better than that. Y'all just wait. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're going to know soon enough. But be on the lookout.
If you don't know Walt, you're going to know Walt. I promise you. Like, honestly, y'all might not even listen to us no more. Like, I'm telling you.
Probably not. But this is going to be good. This is going to be good. So we'll keep you updated on Uncle Walt's World. It's coming. It's coming fast. I've been working on it, and when I can. Yeah.
Like you need more to do. Like you need more to do.
But Darnell came up with it, and you know, it was a good idea. So
probably some of the better ideas you had.
Yeah, it really is. We're gonna have some content coming soon for Uncle Walt's World, probably by the end of this month, if not.
It's just another thing that I can watch on YouTube, so I'm good about it.
Yeah. So yeah, our plan is me and Uncle Walt are gonna try and head down to the House of Hook, probably Friday morning early. Because from what I can tell, this Man Cup race is basically like test on Friday, get a qualifier or so in, and then Saturday do another qualifier, and then race, and you're done, is what it looks like. So looks like it's a 2-day event.
Them's good ones, man. I'm telling you that.
I mean,
a lot of people like them Friday, Saturday races because you got Sunday to drive home, or if you want, you can drive home Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I'm not mad at it for sure. I mean, you know, I guess XDA is different because we make XDA, and I'm talking about like you, me, Spencer, our little group, Boo. Like, we make XDA like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Basically,
it's a week.
It's a 5-day event because
it's a week. You don't get home on the 6th day.
Right, exactly. So you're taking part of Wednesday to load up and all, and you know, part of Monday to even get home half the time. So it's a 5-6 day ordeal. But you know, it's nice to just run down and get some racing in and come back. And like you said, be able to unload and Sunday night, sit down, have a meal, and know that everything's put away, you know, versus driving all night like the last one. I mean, hell, last XDA, we got home at what? I don't even know.
I barely got home in time to
be here
to
I think I got
Watch
home
my
at
kid.
5 and you got home at 7. It was
Yep.
crazy. So yeah, I'm excited. If you're going down to Man Cup, let me know. Look forward to seeing some people down there that I don't always get to see.
Ooh, I know something we could talk about
Oh, what's that?
real quick before we go to our giveaways. Boo Brown come out this weekend. I think
Oh,
we talked
snap,
about it
crackle,
happening,
pop.
but we didn't, explain what happened. Like how did it come and how did it work out? But look,
The OG.
Boo Brown hasn't been on a fast snowbar bike in a minute, and he jumps on this bike. The only question, he asked Spencer was, "Does the shift button work?" The only question he had. Spencer said, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, do what you want," and he went right down the racetrack, first pass. And then one of their passes, it unloaded the motor and spun mid-track and had a little backfire. And then first round, I think in the main race, the bike went fast A to B, but Boo was red. Don't know how bad red because you don't get a ticket. That is what you get what you get on that deal. And then our homie Spencer went down to I think third round and he spun. So you're trying to go fast and the track goes away or the track ain't as good as you think it is, whatever, it gets you. But that's a little touch on what is his Dick Trickle is his for some reason. I don't know why that is what they're calling him. So
yeah, I will get the story at XDA, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean,
the same damn thing to be honest.
All I do know is he's got the perfect suit of leathers for the class because it says "that's your ass" on the arms. So I do think that we got to put a blue fender or something on that thing so it matches his leathers. It'd be cheaper than buying leathers, but I might have to send Spencer some carbon to make it match better or something. But either way, that was cool. I really hated that I couldn't be there just to hang out and see what all went on because Boo had never rode the bike yet and was going around the pits on Thursday getting locked in, like trying to lock in a race. He did not care one bit about not riding the bike before. And that is the most grudge gangster thing I've ever seen. Because if I was about to bracket race a bike I never rode before, I damn sure would be calling nobody out. But he didn't give two craps. He had faith in Spencer and he had faith in himself. And I think that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was exciting. I know in our private group chat we were having a good old time.
Yeah,
updates and everything, and of course can't go wrong with Mr. Boo Brown. We'll get Boo back on here soon because he obviously has
some stuff to talk about.
And, yeah, I actually thought about it last minute earlier today. I was like, we should get Boo Boo on here and get the Boober Express going. But
hey, I got something for you. When you guys see this video on Facebook or when Ben shares the link to that's up or whatever, let us know if you want to do another live like on Facebook because we've been tossing it up every week. Do you want to do live or do a regular? I'm like, I don't care. And we end up doing these.
Give us some feedback, especially because we're paying for the application.
And we should probably be using that. So if you guys want to come on there and talk to us or whatever next Tuesday, let us know if you want us to do it live on Facebook.
Let's just do it next Tuesday. We're calling it out now. We're going to do a live next Tuesday. Bring your questions, bring your thoughts, because we'll have I'll be able to hopefully do some type of recap from Man Cup, and then we'll be getting ready for XDA. We'll do a little bit of preview and just talk with everybody. So see what y'all want to hear next, and then bring us some. Who do you want us to interview? Who do you want to hear on the show? Bring us that as well.
Yeah, if you want to if you want us to have someone else on here to interview or a guest on the show, just to talk it up with us, say, hey, I want to hear such and such or whatever. I do have someone in mind that could probably give us 30 or 45 minutes that everybody knows who it is. And I'm not going to say it, but if it comes to that point and we got to decide on finding somebody, he's there, and I almost would bet that he would get on here with us. So, and he's well known in our sport.
Well, we'll have to see.
He's the fastest man in our sport.
Uh-oh.
That should be a tip for him.
Yeah. So, I'm excited. We got some good things coming up. What do you want to do? Give away some stuff now?
Yeah, so we're going to do our normal giveaway. I don't know what certificate, what company you're going to choose, but we're also going to do
Schnitz Racing tonight.
Okay, so we're going to do a Schnitz gift certificate, and then we're also going to give away one of the Arctic cups with the Hard Times logo on it. So it's going to be 2 giveaways tonight.
2 separate giveaways.
I'll mail off the cup tomorrow, whoever wins, and then Ben will email the one that gets a certificate.
Yep, and Mr. Dave Schnitz will have a $50 gift certificate headed your way. Can you
That's
see
right.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, the wheel's going around. Hey, is Mr. Hanson on there?
I don't know. I'll have to go to my spreadsheet for that.
Oh, let's bring out the spreadsheet.
Yeah, he's already on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already a lifetime member.
Yellow.
Yeah.
He's in yellow. He's a good supporter. We appreciate you, Mike. We appreciate everything you do. Supporting the podcast, and then we know you travel a lot for work, so hopefully it helps you get through the drives too. So shout out to Mike Hansen. All right, you cup or gift certificate first? You call it.
Do the normal. Do the gift certificate first.
Gift certificate. We rolling.
Yeah, it's going around and around. This is the new computer. It ain't lagging.
Nah, it's not. It's actually the old one.
Really? For real?
I almost have the new one set up. I'm using it for some. Both.
Oh, now it's lagging. There it goes.
Don't speak too loudly to it. It hears.
Yeah, it's smooth now. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Oh, it's going to be a crazy one. Uh-oh. It might be a familiar one. It's going to be close.
Oh, is it going to stop?
Oh, Crystal Spires. Awesome. That's awesome.
I feel like Crystal's won before, hadn't she? Another repeat?
Maybe. I don't know.
Let's see.
I just now seen it, but she moved real fast. So I lost it. I think it's up. I thought I seen it. Maybe not.
Up there.
Right there.
Yep. Yep. A repeat. That's back from March. Yeah. Not bad. Bad. Okay.
Yeah, they got an MPS a while back.
All right. Congratulations, Crystal. Let's say 15th. Putting this in for my notes.
Yeah, he's got his little. Really, it's really nice spreadsheet.
Got you, man. How else would I keep this? Oh, and Crystal, they do $5 a month.
Quantity 5, baby. Quantity 5.
All right, next one. Oh shit, what's going on? All right, here we go.
Yeah, just close it. Yep. Now we're gonna spin for a cup. Yep.
Oh, here we go. Rocking and a rolling, rocking and a rolling. Who's gonna win?
Going around in circles.
I'm gonna call this out right now. Sarah Schnitz is a subscriber. It would just be funny if she won your cup.
Well, I mean, yeah, she could drink out of it. I mean, whatever. It's going to keep her drinks hot or cold.
I know you get stuff from Schnitz too.
She could slap a Schnitz cover over mine.
It looks like we're gonna have a Patron.
Maybe I know the email if we could see it because it's a word coded deal.
So just so y'all know, everybody that signed up on the Patron side of things, it gives like it just gives a bunch of letters and numbers. So.
Right. No, that ain't it. That's a WD. We're looking for a WY.
WKY.
WKY. Nope. WKY. Right there. Whoa, right there. Is that it?
Yeah. Ooh, that's $10 a month.
Man, I don't know if I know that email.
The email is familiar, but I don't really remember who that is.
Man, I know that email.
Yeah.
I've seen that email. If your email has 636 in it, you won.
We'll email you. Dustin will email you and let you know you got a cup.
Yeah, Ben will look you up and give me your info and let you know you want a cup, and then I'll mail it off tomorrow. And that's a $10 a month subscriber. Thank you. You quantity 10. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Can't believe I don't know that email. That's driving me nuts.
I do. I know. I mean, I know I've seen that email, but like I said, on the Patreon, for whatever reason, like a lot of the people that subbed up on it, it just gave like a weird combination and
I know
letters and numbers.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I got. I think I'm gonna shout our sponsors. What else? You got anything else? A short one this week, but hey, that's all right.
Well, I'm sick, guys. So Ben even asked me, "Are you going to do it tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do it." But
okay,
I got like this sinus. You can hear it, I'm sure.
Yeah, you did good. You don't sound too terrible, but yeah, you need to get your rest. All right, let's shout out the sponsors. I got a lot going on too, so y'all just have to bear with us on these short ones. But we're bringing the content for y'all, for y'all's entertainment. BMF Motorsports, University of Wind, Energy Coil, Night Marketing Group, Hard Times Parts and Service, Montgomery Motorsports, Manchester Mods, Schnitz Racing, Platinum General Services, MTC Engineering, Penske Racing Shocks, MPS Racing, and Worldwide Bearings. Appreciate all these sponsors. Shop with these sponsors. They support us. They support the sport. Pretty much all of them. Yeah, doing good things, and appreciate y'all subbing up, listening. Let's see. We might have Mr. Kevin Manchester on soon, and we might just give away his frame short neck service, about a $600 value, when he joins us. So y'all be on the lookout.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Look out for that. And as Dustin and I said, our goal is probably do a live Facebook next week. So bring us some questions, give us some feedback, let us know. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm winded. I'm out of grape juice, so I'm going back to the refrigerator.
Oh man, are you really drinking grape juice?
Yes, when I'm sick, I mix grape juice and water.
I haven't had grape juice in forever. That actually sounds delicious.
It makes you feel better. It's I don't know, something in it that makes you get over sickness, and I've always done it. It always helps. So
I like grape juice and apple juice. I feel like there's a lot of sugar in both, though.
It's very, very sweet. Right. That's why I put Tamara buys me those little bottles of grape juice, and I'll put a third of it in a cup with ice, and then I top it off with water, and then it kind of just mixes it up. It is entirely too sweet to drink straight.
Y'all knew we were going to throw something in there. Y'all didn't even know we were going to be talking about some juice up in here.
Yeah. We didn't talk about chickens until now. So there you go. Touched all the bases.
Noon, you know. Now you noon.
All right, cool. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later.
See y'all next week.